This session, as I say it again, will be kick-started by the keynote address from His Excellency Honorable Wilber Otichilo, Governor of Vihiga County and Chair Council of Governors for Environment and Climate Change. Ladies and gentlemen, with a hearty clap, let's welcome Wilber Otichilo. Welcome, sir.
I wish to start my address by thanking the organizers of this conference. I also want to thank the participants who have come in large numbers. And particularly, I want to thank Mary Gechu, Takataka Nimali, for your passion in waste management. I wish to say the following. The Council of Governors appreciate the role that is played by the private sector in waste management. And as Council of Governors, we are committed to work together with all the stakeholders in this sector to ensure that we deal with the issue of waste management in a manner that is sustainable and in a manner that is agreeable and in a manner that meets the international standards. So that is an assurance I want to give the audience here. Yesterday, we had an election of the leadership of the Council of Governors, and I retained my seat as the chair of Environment, Forestry, and Climate Change. So I'm happy. After yesterday, I'm attending this very important conference. And I want to assure you my commitment to all what we aspire in terms of waste management. Waste management is a global issue, and it's an issue that needs all of us. I'm happy that Director General of NEMA, in his brief speech, he clearly indicated that waste management is a responsibility of each one of us. And we have to take that responsibility. The biggest challenge we have as county governments is that we are dealing with a society where waste management has not been an issue that is structured on how to deal with it. And therefore, we have a lot of challenge at the county levels. Although waste management is a devolved function, but we do not have proper structures to allow us to work and deal with the issue of waste management in a manner that will deal with the problem. It is therefore the wish of the Council of Governors to work with all the stakeholders in this industry to come up with a clear, comprehensive, and integrated approach on how to deal with waste management on sustainable level. We are willing and ready to enter into a long-term working relationships in terms of agreements and MOUs at both the Council of Governors level and at the county level, so that we can be able to handle this matter collectively. As you heard from the Director General and also from the Ministry of Devolution, we have the policy and legal frameworks that are necessary for waste management in this country. We have the regulations, but the biggest challenge is the implementation. Implementation is our biggest challenge, and therefore we need to have a paradigm shift, because the normal way government functions is very difficult to achieve the set out goals on how to deal with the waste management. We in the Council of Governors strongly believe the private sector has a major role to play, and we need to only create an enabling environment and work very closely with the private sector so that the private sector can play a key role in ensuring that waste is managed as a wealth rather than being managed the way we manage it as a waste. Our counties have taken various strategies to deal with waste management. And the most conventional method that have been used and continue to be used is collecting the waste from various places where people dump them. In fact, they start by dumping in the towns where they are working. So it becomes the responsibility of the county governments to collect all this waste, to take them to specific set out dump sites or landfills. But the biggest challenge that the counties are facing is that even those dump sites are no longer there. And in areas where you want to put dump waste, the local people are rejecting. They are not willing to allow the county governments to go dumping waste in any place. So it has become inevitable that we must find a long-lasting solution on how to deal with the waste. And the best, as we have talked here this morning, is to ensure that we recycle the waste and ensure that waste generates revenue for the people. So the biggest challenge we have, and I was happy when I walked in here, there was a poll here which was indicating or trying to find out what are the biggest issues or what stops us from dealing with the waste management. And from what I saw is that public awareness is the biggest challenge, because the culture and mindset of our people is that waste can be thrown anywhere, and where we have governments, they believe there are people to collect. So they, even in the markets, and my chief officer in charge of West is here with me, he can tell you, we have put all the bins for segregation, but still, the people in the market, they will still throw everything everywhere. And at the end of the day, they leave the whole place messy than when they came in. So the issue of public awareness and to a certain extent lead to enforcement is required. But if we can commercialize or we can put value to waste, then all this will take its own course. And already we are noticing a developing trend where in terms of organic waste, we are seeing people now developing interest and collecting those organic wastes and taking them for compositing and for other uses. So without having to go into more details, what I want to say is that I am here representing the Council of Governors to show our interest to work with all the key stakeholders in this sector to ensure that we deal with this issue in a more integrated manner and in a manner that we will make waste management an issue that is holistic in terms of all of us taking responsibility. So I want to end there and thank everybody who has come for this conference. And those who are presented earlier, I want to say thank you very much for your presentation and for your insight in this matter. Thank you.